Hi students, in this class we are going to discuss about a very important topic, that is elasticity. What is elasticity? So elastic rubber, if you extend for certain distance, it comes back to its natural length. Similarly, it's a property. Let's see the definition. The property of the body to regain its original configuration. It is the property of body to regain its original configuration, either length, volume or shape, when the deformed forces are moved, are called elasticity. Is called elasticity. So when the deformant forces, say this is the initial length of a rubber, and because of external force F I applied, now the body extends, length is changed. Okay, now length is increased. When I still force is there, when I remove the force, it is coming back to its original length. Then the property of this, the property which is exhibiting, is called elasticity. Now in this chapter we are going to see different topics. Let's see the stress. Its stress is called, the basic definition, it's a deformation force over area. When the body is trying to be deformed, say the force, you can consider the body here, you are applying force here. Because of the force, the body try to expand, but internal molecules, they try to come back. Okay, it can be deformed force or resisting force. Stress is equal to resisting force per unit area. Okay, the intermolecules, they try to resist the motion, they resist the expansion. So this is called resisting force per unit area. Resisting force per unit area. If the body is not completely elastic, it's not complete, if it is not perfectly elastic, if it is not perfectly elastic, this is called reforming force by area, or reforming force or resistive force per unit area. I'll write again, it is resisting force per unit area. Okay, when what cases it is, if it is not perfectly elastic cases. For perfectly elastic cases, listen again, it is equal to applied force by area. It is the stress, applied force by unit area. There are three types of stresses. One is normal stress, another one is shear stress, and volume stress, or different stresses are there. First let's see normal stress. I want to explain one more thing. We discussed elastic body. Perfectly elastic body is nothing but elastic body, we can say plastic. What is a plastic body? It is exactly opposite to elastic bodies. Elastic bodies, what happens if you remove the, so now initial length is this, I applied force, now what happens, it is expanding because of force. Now I am removing the force. Even after removing the force, it is in the same position, it is not coming back to its original position. This is called plastic body. Okay, now first we'll see what is a normal stress. So stresses we are discussing, in the stresses we are discussing about the first one, normal stress. Normal stress is sigma n. Sigma generally will denote with the stress. It is force perpendicular to the area by area. Force which is acting perpendicular to the area by area. We can say force acting perpendicular to area vector. Force perpendicular to area vector. Okay, white to white. Force perpendicular to area we write. After what? Force perpendicular to area by area. Now you see these cases, it is a area. What is the area formula for this? This is like a circle, pi r square. And how force is perpendicular to the area. Okay, and in this case also we just see This is the area, and the force is in this direction, upward direction. So this is a force acting perpendicular to area. In this also there are two types. Two types are, first is tensile stress and compressive stress. Now you just listen. In stresses there are three types. In those three types, first one is a normal stress. In the normal stress also there are two stresses, tensile and compressive. Tensile, if you apply the force, the length will increase. Length of the body increases. In compressive stress, length decreases. This is the basic idea. Okay, length decreases. Now you just see, initially if the length is like that, delta L is increased in this case. Now original length is this, and after compressing, applying the forces, length is decreased. So this is called compressive force. Another word, if length is increasing, that is called tensile, decreasing, it is called compressive. Next, let's go to the other part. You see this A, because of the force, the length will increase. What kind of force it is? Stress is, it is tensile. These are example for tensile. Now if you see this case, the length is going to decrease. Forces are acting in the both sides opposite direction. This side opposite direction, length will decrease. This is called compressive stress. Sir, how can you say practical examples for tensile and compressive? This is a massless rod. Elastic behavior, every object behaves elastically up to certain extent. Okay, so what is that extent, we'll see in the next videos, but as of now our consideration is stress. Now what is connected here? This is a rod of length L, the weight is acting. Draw the diagram. If you draw the diagram, the topmost place, bottommost place, the W is the weight that is acting. If the mass of the rod is 0, the tension is throughout the same, in the upward direction also from the hinges, it will be upward force, that is also equal to W, because net force is equal to 0. This is the rod doesn't have any mass. Okay, this is what kind of force? Stress, tensile stress. See the other one, see this one. Okay, force is in the downward direction. There is a normal from the ground. Normal, it is equal to F if the mass is 0. Now what kind of force it is? Stress is it is compressive stress. Hope you understood the difference between compressive and tensile. Everywhere the force is perpendicular to area. Say this is the area, it is perpendicular, and here also the area of the rod, and it is perpendicular in the downward direction. This is called normal stress. And let's go to the shearing stress or tangential stress. Initially the block is looking like this, initial state. When the force is applied tangentially, how it is applied? Tangentially, there is a deformation here. Sigma tangential stress is equal to force parallel to area by area. Tensile stress is equal to, or shearing stress is equal to, force parallel to area by area. So here in this case, force parallel to is Ft, and Ft by area given as A. Because of some, in this case, what happens in this tensile stress? Volume of the object doesn't change. Volume doesn't change, but shape of the object, but the shape will change. Okay, first volume is not going to change, and only shape is going to change, and we will discuss more about the strain in the next videos. But next, volume stress. Volume stress, you just see force is applied from all the directions. Okay, in the volume, initially the dotted lines are representing the volume, initial volume. After that the volume is reduced. Okay, this is also equal to the tensor volume stress. Sigma V is equal to force by area. Force by area. Sir, what about what happens in this cases? In the previous case we just said volume of the object doesn't change, but shape will change. In this case, volume of the body changes, but shape will be similar to original dimension. Okay, initially it was like a sphere. After compressing also it looks like a sphere. After compressing it doesn't look like a cube, understand? So it should remain its original shape as it is. Then it is called volume stress. So one is a shear or first normal, then shear, and then volumetric. In the normal we have two types of stresses. One is tensile, another one is compressive. Let's discuss few examples on it. Okay, two rods A and B each of equal length but different materials. Okay, one important thing I want to say, these stresses are properties of matter. Okay, properties of matter. Steel have different tangential stress and normal stress and volume stress, and iron has different tangential, normal and volume. And different object like even if you take gold, iron or silver, even everything has different tangential, normal and volumetric strains. And maximum strain or maximum stress, the definition is, if we apply more stress than maximum stress, then the object breaks. If we apply more stress than the maximum stress, then the object breaks. See, it's just like here maximum stress. So what is the stress formula? Sigma max is equal to F by area. Okay, sigma max is equal to F by area. So depending on the question, they will ask area, they will ask force. Okay, maximum stress definition I gave you already. Stress is a property of matter. Steel, iron, silver, for different objects its values are different. Now let's see the question now. Okay, but different materials are suspended from a common support as shown in the figure. Rod A and B have supports maximum load, which is nothing but W1, which is equal to 600 Newton, and W2 is 6000 Newton, and their cross section areas are A1 is equal to, this is W1, A1 is equal to 10 millimeter square and A2 is equal to 1000 millimeter square respectively. Identify the stronger material. Achha, how to maintain stronger material? Strong material, how to identify? If a material has more stress then if sigma is more, if sigma is more, then it is said to be strong compared to other materials. Okay, let's calculate what is the sigma here. He is given sigma, that too not just sigma max. How to get sigma max? Here maximum loads which is nothing but force maximum, F max 1, F max 2. Sigma max in 1 is equal to F max 1 by A1, it is equal to 600 by 10, so millimeter square to 10 power minus 6. This is one value. Sigma max for second one is equal to 6000 by 1000 millimeter square 10 power minus 6 zeros, and it is equal to 6 into 10 power 6, and for this it is 60 into 10 power minus plus 6. Which has more? Sigma 1 max, sigma max 1 is greater than sigma max 2. So first body, this is more stronger than other one. Let's see other question. Assume that if the shear stress in the steel exceeds about, okay, shear stress is nothing but tangential force by area. Okay, then the steel ruptures. So we should apply minimum of how much? It is equal to 4 into 10 power 8 Newton per meter square, because the force units are newtons and area meters are meter square. Determine the shearing force necessary to shear a steel bolt in diameter. Say he is given diameter steel bolt of 1 centimeter in diameter. This is 1 centimeter. Okay, force required. So first we need to F tangential and area. So sigma S is equal to F tangential by area. We can get the value of a force tangential that can be applied for the first question, A part. Listen B part carefully. Here he is going to punch the steel. When he is going to punch 1 centimeter dia hole in a steel plate of 0.5 centimeter thick. So I am erasing this part. Okay, tangential force I will calculate. Tangential force is equal to 4 into 10 power 8 into area is nothing but pi d square by 4. Okay, this is the value of tangential force that is necessary in the A case. Let's go to the B case. In the B case, he is applying the force and he is going to rupture the other part, punch. And what should be the area here? Don't consider the area pi r square here. If you consider pi r square, then it is wrong. So this is a tangential. Shearing stress is given. Shear stress is, now if you see carefully, it is going to rupture like this. He is going to make a hole like this. If he is going to make a hole, then what is the area that is going to affect? Okay, the force is in the downward direction. What is the area? So area we should consider along the sides. So all the force is acting in the downward direction. What is the area of the sides? It is like an area of contact, 2 pi r into length, cylindrical. Listen again. This is the body. This is the hole made. When the body is making hole, the force is in the downward direction. What is the area in contact? It is, if you just see this diagram, he is making a hole here. If he is making a hole, how much area is in contact? Force is in the downward direction, area should be perpendicular to it. That is what the meaning of shear stress. Okay, then shear stress is equal to force by area. The area, what is the area here? The diameter is given 2 pi or 2 pi r into how much thickness into L. Okay, so sigma is given. Sigma is how much? 4 into 10 power 8 force that is required by to make a hole. Whenever you see the questions to make a hole, that you should use shear stress, not the normal stress. Normal stress doesn't help you to make holes. So 2 pi r, 2 pi, what is the radius? Diameter is given 1 centimeter, 1 by 2 into 10 power minus 2 into length. Length is equal to 0.5 into 10 power minus 2. Get the value of force that is required to punch the hole. Okay, this is a very important question. Listen attentively. A bar of cross section area is subjected to equal and opposite tensile force. Tensile force is in opposite directions. Diagram need not be given every time. Consider a section of plate, section of bar whose normal makes an angle theta with the axis of the bar. Okay, let's draw the diagram. The forces are acting in both the directions. Now initially the area, it's a side view, understand, it is straight. Now it is what so happened, it is making an angle. Area vector is nothing but take the position area and from him draw a normal. So if I draw a normal, it will be perpendicular in this direction. Okay, it is making an angle with the horizontal, how much? Theta, with an angle theta. Okay, now initially the area of this section is how much? A. Okay, listen carefully. If here is an angle theta and it will be other side 90 minus theta, and here will be 90 minus theta, here will be theta. Okay, so 90 minus theta and theta, and we have to get the stress, tensile stress along the plane. So this is the plane P prime. I am saying tensile stress. What is the tensile stress? Basically we consider tensile stress is force perpendicular to area. So this is the area. Note down the definition. Force perpendicular to area or force parallel to area vector. Force parallel to area vector. Sir, what is a force? Area vector क्या है sir? Area vector is, this is a line, draw a perpendicular to area, then this becomes an area vector. Okay, this is the area vector A bar. To get the force, what should be tangent perpendicular force? Force perpendicular to area. We have force in this direction, F. How to get the force perpendicular to area? So we should resolve along the other direction. So if we resolve, value becomes F. Value becomes F cos theta. Value becomes F cos theta. And perpendicular force we got F perpendicular is equal to F cos theta. What is the area? Here we know the area here is A, and A perpendicular. Say it's not A perpendicular also, A prime we consider. A prime. Okay, A prime. So cos theta is equal to A by A prime. Correct? Huh? Cos theta is like a right angle triangle. Cos theta is equal to A by A prime. So A prime is equal to A by cos theta. Then we have a formula for tensile sorry, normal force, sigma normal is equal to, or tensile force sigma T is equal to F perpendicular by A prime. F perpendicular is F cos theta, A perpendicular is equal to A by cos theta. So F cos square theta by A. This is the tangential or normal or tangential force. Okay, this is one force as per the question that is given. Yes, now we are not yet done. A part is done. Shearing stress, that is on this plane. Shearing stress, what we got? Tangential stress. So let's calculate shearing stress. Shearing stress formula, shearing stress sigma S is equal to force tangential to the area by area. Ft we can consider as force tangential to area or force perpendicular to area vector. If you are confused with the area vector, forget about area vector. Understand? In this case, force perpendicular to area vector. This is the area vector, and let's do some other. Okay. This is a area vector. Now this is the area. We have area. This is the area. We should take force tangential to area. Resolve it. Here is an angle theta, and if we consider, if it will be F sine, okay, cos theta, F sine theta. Okay, Ft we got, Ft is equal to F sine theta, and the area is equal to, area A prime is nothing but A prime, which is equal to A by cos theta. Okay, let's consider sigma S is equal to F sine theta by A by cos theta is equal to F by A sine theta cos theta. We can write it as F by A by 2A sine 2 theta. So this is what stress? Shear stress or tangential stress. Thank you.